welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for a suit when your head is...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss is coming.
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Hiding from the lawsuits, a new trick up your sleeve. Paperwork, flimsy truth taking a dive. Drowning paperwork, then buried alive. Fraudulent baller, playing the game. Dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick? Now we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Stacks of life folded, origami finesse. You're bleeding broke, but your dollar screams success. Got the 56K, the attention, the barn go sweet. But in court you crying, I can't make ends meet. Heavy face abuse, gavel about to drop. Your lies are crumbling, your case is a flop. Fake tears streaming, crocodile flow. But the fraud you pulling, everybody knows. Fraudulent baller, playing the game. Dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick? Nah, we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Money trail messy, footprints in the sand. Everybody watching, receipts in their hands. Lawyers on your neck, think you know what a scheme. But your team discussed it all on their live stream.
Now you're posting for loans about selling your jewelry? Your jewelry in Diddy Creek. Are you kidding me? 3 cellular providers now produced in Discovery. Are any of those brain cells on?
You lied to the court and left your donors misled. Saying CK was for fighting when you had already fled. Winning the case, this is only delays. A courtroom race and you're running relays.
Stop selling jewelry. Stop taking out loans. Seriously, stop.
What's up, folks? How's it going today? Welcome to a very, very interesting... I totally was not prepared for this one today. This is amazing. By the way, I do want to note something, by the way, for all you wonderful Game of Thrones fans out there. You know, I put this up yesterday on Facebook and had somebody write and tell me that that this right here, you can see the wonderful Iron Throne, that it's not correct. You should actually look up the intended Iron Throne. It's much more dynamic than the thing we got in the show. I liked it in the show, but God, look up the real one. You know what they wanted, but they couldn't build it for the show. It's amazing. You know what happened today, though? You had some idiots decide that they were going to post pictures of Jeremy Hales returning to Otter Creek. They decided that they would do that from what is obviously Michelle Preston and John Cook's fence row. You can see it, either camera that is on there, or again, human. I don't know. I don't know exactly how they have their stuff set up with that, but they decided not only to film it, but to give it to a third party and have them post it online, and then say that because Hales is driving down the street and he has a camera, which again, if you weren't allowed to have a camera, you think about this. If you weren't allowed to have a camera, everyone with a dash cam would be under arrest, you know? But because he has a camera that is setting while he's driving, they say that they're calling the police. Now, again, he just got through with a protective order. He announced himself on a stream that he would be in Ohio. So these people have not only, you know, with a protective order, you're allowed a couple of things. One of those things you're allowed is anonymity. People are not supposed to be tracking and stalking you to different locations. But apparently, they decided, again, Hales didn't note that he was in Otter Creek. The people stalking him for Lynette Preston and them did. That is an epic script. We're going to look at that wonderful stuff. Oh my God. What a man, these idiots. I mean, ultimately, they've also proven that they have access, either one, to cameras still, which is quite the possibility. They had access before. Either that, or they have access to these idiots themselves. One or the other. Either way, problem for them. So let's talk about what happened with this, shall we? They decided, first of all, they would post a picture, which I actually, you know what, we'll go to the source. We'll show it to you ourselves. Let's give me 1 second. I'll pull it up on the source itself. Because, yeah. I also went ahead and archived it and everything too, because you know how they are. Oh, by the way, this is a lot of fun too. I want to show you something real fast before that. So, you know, we archive everything like this to make sure that when it comes up later that we all remember it. And what's really funny is I saw a post today from Lynette Preston that, weirdly enough, is not only the greatest cell phone ever, but yeah, it really goes right into what we're talking about with archiving and stuff. She posted, quote, "A liar's worst enemy is someone with a good memory." And she's like, amen to that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Some days I really feel like I'm in a scripted play or something. Somebody is punking me. I'm like, this is not real. It can't be real. I've been waiting for 2 years for Ashton Kutcher to pop out of the bushes and laugh at me. You know? Oh my God. Yeah. A liar's worst enemy is someone with... It is true, Lynette, but that is a cell phone and a half, lady. That is amazing. I saw that come up on the... I thought, wait, what? Oh my God. Oh, give me a second. Oh, they crack me up with this stuff. Oh my God. I mean, I'm used to it. I'm used to laughing at stupid more. By the way, I have to commend the Fats last night too, because the Fats decided that they would dig up all the crazy shit like the Amber Heard weirdos said about me. They called me how do I say this? I'm gonna call it a broomer with a G on the front instead of a B. Yeah, they the Amber Heardies. Now, for them, they were anonymous people. So there was nobody you could really hold accountable for this. But they made up these weird stories about things like I had married a patient that I had as a teen and all this weird shit, you know. And it was like, well, I was never, they said I was a school counselor at the time and I'd married a patient. He was like, I was never a school counselor, you know. Yeah, I worked in a I worked in outpatient care. You know, and that would be a big no-no. That would be a fireable, terrible offense, you know. Plus, I got married before I ever did therapy. But these idiots decided they would read a bunch of these random weirdo rumors last night. And the difference between them and the people who made them up is those fucking people are anonymous and the Fats aren't, you know. And Ray Bone Crusher decided that he would throw out all that stuff, talking about my wife and crazy shit. And I thought, man, you know what, Ray? You know, I remember you bitching and moaning about people talking about your wife, which they didn't, you know. But should we have an exchange with that? Should I start saying the kind of things that you said? Because, oh my God, man. But the difference is they're not anonymous when they do it. I was like, you have got to be kidding me, you know, because some people have said some crazy shit about them too. And I'm like, I'm not going to, you know, I would not read that and call that because it's just a random thing, you know, and you get sued over that kind of shit. Not only that, but you lose channels over that kind of shit. But it shows you who they are. Their go-to. In the last week, we've seen Megan Fox. We've had her actually go in with that kind of stuff. We've had Jeremy Hales, of course, that has been attacked with that kind of stuff. They've gone after again. They go after Georgie and her family all the time and on and on. We could go through, but they attack people. Well, you know, they attack family. They call them the things they say they don't say. You know, they always love to repeat it. And meanwhile, they're a nest of felons. And they're like, no, that's not true. So with that noted, check this out. I thought this was amazing. I was like, man, I cannot believe they would attach those statements to their names. Because like I said, the people who make things up, they get away with it because they're anonymous. The Fats aren't anonymous, man. They're stupid enough to think they could get away with it. Okay, so when you click on this, it actually blows up. And I'll show you the blown up picture in just a minute, right? But they noted, quote, attention Otter Creek residents. The camera is in full force. He is not only filming Michelle, John, and Harley's property. He is also filming Tina and Bryant's. Barely there and already pulling his creeper stalking crap. Footage has been sent to the authorities. Now, let's look at the actual picture, shall we? Because it expands. And they were dumb enough not to go in and fix it where you couldn't tell exactly where the footage came from. Because this was really dumb of them. This was really dumb. So let's look at this. Check this out here. Here's the expanded picture. Now you can see a very familiar fence line. You know, the people that Jeremy Hales, what does he have against him? Oh, a protective order. How did they get these pictures? Well, again, one of two ways. Either they have access to cameras on their property or they were given them by themselves. But they decided to post this on the internet of a guy who said, again, that he is not in Otter Creek. He would be in Ohio. And they decided, no. They're going to put the location of a person with a protective order. Again, you are supposed to have anonymity with that stuff. They're not supposed to be stalking you. They're not supposed to be telling the world where the fuck you are. They got a third party to come in and arrest. This is undeniable stuff right here. It is undeniable. He has arm setting on something with a device to record. And hell yeah, I would record every time I drove by. You are totally allowed though. You got to think of this. I have a mounted dash cam. Do you know where my dash cam is? It's right here on my windshield at the very top. It's right above my rearview mirror. It sits right in there so it can catch the entire road. That is the same height as my dash cam. So are you telling me that my dash cam, that if I put cameras, a Cybertruck, if you have a Cybertruck, it has cameras on the sides. It records everything. Are you telling me that that somehow is a violation too? If I've drove down the road and say one of the new Rivians, that would be somehow some kind of reportable deed? Because he didn't post this. He didn't talk about it whatsoever. He just drove by. He has a camera. Wow, not a crime. But they put out a picture of him definitely going by. They put in a picture of saying who that is. They're stalking him. This is a violation. They're going to have a lot of fun trying to spin this. Because again, they gave it to a third party that was out there, a bunch of weirdos. And if you zoom in and you clean up the image, you can actually make out most of Jeremy Hale's license plate too. So they didn't redact his license plate or anything. Now, again, you can't, I left it there because it's really hard to see with this. You'd have to go to a little bit of effort, but still, it's there. That's crazy, isn't it? And of course, the gang's all there, including, Ray. Let's see. Oh, look, it is known they arrived yesterday. It is known. The damage control. However, the two old ladies did not film with their arms out the window or drive on the opposite road like the stalking he did today. Opposite side. Look at the size of this road. Is this driving on the other side of the road, or is this having a gigantic vehicle and driving in the middle of the road because you don't want to lose your trailer? That's the difference. Again, doesn't matter why the fuck he's driving there. Look at that road. I would hate to meet another car on there. We've actually seen the police drive through it too. And when the police drive through it, yeah, it looks like a very tiny road. You can see a very big vehicle trying to get down a very tiny road. This is his access way. There is no other freaking cars coming. He is good to go. All right. But they want to spin it. Oh, no. He's clearly stalking. He is the only one who can see over the fence and tries when he is in his truck. Again, they took a picture with his arm clearly resting there with the camera. If you can see over that fence line, then you were the dumb fuck that did not build it tall enough. But again, remember these contractors there, one of them that totally didn't scam old people, right? But totally was bricking himself off as a contractor, was like, you know what would be a good idea? Let's build this privacy fence and we won't make it taller than the road. Oh my God, what a bunch of idiots. I mean, look at it. You can see it right here. Oh my God. I drive through anytime like I'd pull out or anything, my freaking dash cam would look right over there. Freaking thing. This is a constant pattern of wrong boy. This is a constant pattern of behavior and stalking is in Otter Creek. Everyone else just drives by like normal people. Even how do you security cameras? So you've got access to their security cameras? Wow. Thank you for that. I'm glad. See, I didn't see this when I was talking about that. But you've got access to security cameras, huh? Oh, an FBI. No one said he was going to get arrested once he arrives. I wouldn't know that as I'm not an off. You've been saying that for fucking months, fatty. You've been saying that he's going to be arrested. You've been plotting with them, you know? Oh, my God. You've been saying that. Oh, my God. These lie. They lie and gaslight. And then what's amazing here, too, on top of it, of course, the gang is all getting ready. You know, all the victims are all here. You know, the ones that are like, I'm totally never doing anything wrong. Just stalk Jeremy Hales with signs and shit. Yeah. I wonder what Levy County thinks of his return after the things he said on video about them. Well, we have this thing called free speech, Ray. We can say whatever the fuck we want about police, about prosecutors. I have a very low opinion of the police. I think they seem like absolute scumbags. I'm allowed to say that. Wow, that's interesting. You know, my grandfather, who was a World War II vet, used to pride himself on the fact that he's allowed to say whatever the heck he wants because he watched a bunch of his friends die for that right. Huh. My brother, I said, same thing. My father, same thing. You should know how that is, right? We absolutely have the right to. We have the right to express our grievances and redress our government. We could drive around with police officers. I'm not telling you to do this, but if you so choose, it is not a crime to go outside and you see a bunch of police officers to show them the bird. Now, they may try to give you a hard time, but that is considered free speech. We do not live in a police state. So, what a moron. You know? What a weirdo, though. What a stalky weirdo. All of them. Again, you got any kids to fixate on today, Ray? You gotta fixate on Jeremy Hales again. Oh, wait. Did I say that out loud? Hell yeah, I did. Fucking weirdo. I swear, man. This guy is one of the, I've never seen an 80-year-old man play victim so much and also stalk as much as he is. That's so strange. Give me a minute. I'm making sure I screenshot something before it changes. Because they will totally have not said this stuff later on, you know. But yeah, I mean, they have to have access to camera. They're telling you, security cameras show. Oh, you've got access to security cameras? That's crazy. You know, like I said, who's security camera? Oh, well, it would be, again, fence is right there. Proves 100%. You guys, you're filming, which is, like I said, it's fun to film. You posted on the internet the guy that has a protective order against them. They gave this to a third party, and the third party is harassing dude online right now in real time. I mean, we're seeing this shit in real time. It's amazing. I have seen some crazy stuff in my life, but I've never seen. Yeah, indeed, Travis. This proves 100% they are the real stalkers out there, because this is some stalker behavior. Now, they're mad. The reason they're butthurt about it is because Hales, after all of this comes up, he put up a short. Let's watch the short together. And I also want to read you something else. Oh my God. They've been saying, though, for the longest time, oh, well, if he comes back, everybody's going to be arrested. He's going to be arrested. He's going to be arrested. They've been saying that forever, man. And, you know, I found that really interesting, because what that means is they're telling us that someone like Beecham shows up. These people have been trying to conspire with police. You know, some of the worst weirdos out there. Okay, that's interesting to know. Conspiring against the guy with the protective order. Amazing. So let's check out this short, by the way. Let's see what got them all in a ruffle.
Surprise! George and I are back in Otter Creek with all those otter freaks. Now, somebody's a day late and about $4 million plus short, because we were actually here yesterday Now, obviously, the first place you have to go, you got to go to the sheriff department with those newly renewed protective orders.
That's right. See, the first thing you got to do is you got to make sure that they understand that you got a protective order. That's what you do first. Now, Otter Creek may not do anything about it because Otter Creek has been exceptionally poor about the enforcement of protective orders. However, Ohio will find this to be, I think, very interesting. I think they'll find the fact that these idiots, they telling themselves so much. I think that judge will really like seeing a picture of Jeremy Hales driving down the road, giving to people that have admitted that they were PR for these folks. So they brought in, again, third-party harassment, 100%. Man, these weird, either they just don't give a fuck or they're too dumb to understand. Either way, you know, they've been actually, you know what I think is probably more to the point. 2L and them, they don't care if Michelle Preston ends up in jail. Honestly, it'd probably help them out because they get to walk away with all their money. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to, yeah, Michelle, have you ever thought about that little angle to this dealio, by the way? It'd be real hard to get the authorities to pay attention to you if they managed to put you in jail. So these idiots managed to walk you in with harassment, again, third party. That doesn't necessarily, that can get them in some trouble. But what it does with the people with the violations over and over again, that potentially just nudges you closer and closer to jail. And yeah, when you have that problem, like I said, they have 100,000 reasons to want to discredit you further. And you're dumb enough to let people on your property. Either, again, they have control of your cameras, which I'm wondering if they still do. They definitely did in the past. They've talked about it, which is fun times. I'm sure that'll also appear on the on the discussions. But see, they don't get this. They don't get the fact that filming the dude with the protective order is stalking the guy with the protective order. They're behind the fence, right? He's not engaging them. He's not doing anything. He's driving down the road, filming, which, fuck yeah, you know, many people do. I do. That's it. I film because I don't trust, it's another type of scammer. These road bandit scammers. Plus, honestly, I don't trust cops, just to be honest, if I'm being real about it. You know, we've seen enough stuff. So I try to keep one of those rolling. I think I'll add a couple more cameras with weird ass bites. They give them access where they can continually stalk Hales. And they're admitting that. Security cameras prove it. Huh. What a bunch of idiots. Let's continue.
Now, I'm trying to figure this out because the antis keep saying that I'm going to be arrested as soon as I get here. And yet, George, you film every time you go by those freaks, don't you?
Absolutely. It's fun.
Yeah, okay. And
you have to. These people are unhinged and unpredictable.
Ladies, you film every time you go by those freaks too, right? Wow. Wow. Well, I guess we're all going to jail. It's going to be a party. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go? You? What? You?
Your commentary.
Ketchup. Can I get ketchup? I need ketchup money. You coming too? All right. Who is going to be a party in Levy County? This is the new Christmas in the Clanker. Surprise!
Christmas in the Clanker. You know, if they ever did get Hales arrested, by the way, holy God. These people, again, if they try to come at him for a picture like that, they'd be writing him a check for the rest of his life. They absolutely would. So we've sent it to authorities. There are guys driving down the road. What a bunch of idiots. I swear to God. Yeah, indeed. You need freaking cameras all the time, you know. You do. You need them both ways. Yeah, I want them on the sides of my car. That's what I'm like. That's the one thing I see those Rivians and like I said, Cybertruck. I do not want an electric vehicle. I cannot imagine having to try to deal with an electric vehicle out in the middle of Podunk. That would not be fun. But I do like their camera setups. I like the fact that everywhere, anytime you're near one, it's recording. Anytime you need to review. There was a woman, in fact. Let me pull up something. I'll show you what we're covering next in just a second. But I want to tell you something real quick because this was wild, and it talks about your need for cameras too. Things that get you out of trouble and what would happen if you don't have them. So here, we're going to cover this statement in just a minute from Shar, which is pretty good as well. But yeah, there was a lady that had a police officer knock on her door. And this police officer told her that she had taken a package off of another person's porch in a town not too far from them. Well, what did they base that on? Well, they were using those little, the little cluster cameras that you ever see traffic cams. They use them in clusters, so they can monitor how you drive and stuff. Well, the police officers, they saw her or her vehicle rather driving through this area on the main roads, not down side roads or anything. They saw her driving down through there 20 times in a month. Because I believe her husband actually goes to work through there. Well, anyway, she drove, I can't remember if it was a Rivian or what, but she drove a vehicle that records everything. And it showed that during the time this supposedly happened, it wasn't her. It absolutely wasn't. So it's not just about your road safety. It's about the fact that false accusers, like we've seen, with Jeremy Hales, he has to record all the time because these people, if he doesn't record while he's driving by, what happens? They're going to say, God knows what. They're going to say that he was shouting obscenities or that he was doing this or he was doing that or he was making threats. That's what they do. They lie. They lie a lot. So it's become, again, I've talked about this before, but there was a movie that came out a while back that at the time when it came out, I mean, this is an older movie. It's probably 25 years old now. But at the time, it seemed so absurd because we were at the beginning of some of the stages we're seeing with cameras and stuff. This guy had been falsely accused of a crime, had managed to, I can't remember how he got it off of it, but he would wear a camera rig around and record himself all the time. All the freaking time. That's all he did. And it seems like such an absurdity back when, like, oh my God, like it was such a weird, freaky idea. Now people do that for leisure. They do it for, they do it because they want to, but they also do it like people like Jeremy Hales need to do it because his life has become this constant third-party violation where they accuse him of everything. So yeah, 100% record. I like that that statement, by the way. Here, check this. This was funny. Cynic was like, Jeremy's wrong. The clink is a term for jail. The clanker is a slur for droids, or a reference to the rattling sound inside of Lisa's head. Like I said, I was stunned. I've been waiting for them to get so desperate that they would just start reading like internet slander and rumors about folks. Been waiting for it because I thought, that's when, first of all, what that says is you can tie anything you want to them. Second of all, it says all gloves are off. So that's cool. Like the articles that we found that talk about certain people and the things that they're into and how they got their families into them too. And all that weird stuff. Yeah, we never talked about that. Maybe we should. Maybe we should talk about all that. They'll know what I'm saying. Maybe we should talk about all that stuff. There's a lot. Could you imagine, though? Like, again, these people went and they film Hale's. They have stock and canvas where he lives. Could you imagine if that were reversed? If people were filming every single thing that they did? If they came and canvassed where they lived and asked people about them and more, they would freaking, oh my God. They would have a coronary. But hey, it's been a good payday for them. I mean, after all, they got to walk away with Lynette Preston's $100,000. Lynette, I hope your PR team was worth what you paid. Oh my God. Man, 1 second. Give me a minute. Give me 1 second. I'm looking something up and I'm writing something down for myself real quick so I don't forget it. Check this out. Shara posted this. The following public screenshot is evidence. In real time, December the 7th, 2025, used in fair use in a high-profile story of public concern. Footage has been sent to authorities. Yes, that's exactly what they noted. The footage was sent to, according to PR, MP's voice, right? You know, I mean, are you kidding me? Her mouthpiece is like, oh, by the way, of a homeowner's truck driving on his own street. That's right. I mean, when you look at it, again, on his own street, you know. Can you imagine? I mean, can you imagine you driving down your street? Like my street, where I used to live before this house, we used to live out in the middle of nowhere. In fact, that's where the little give me 1 second. I'll play this for you so you understand the I talked to your mayor guy.
You know what? I talked to your mayor.
Yeah, that place, you know, they they accidentally reported that my home, that I still lived there when I didn't, but the little road that we would roll down through, it was pretty small. We'd have to go down through there, and we'd drive in the middle of the road oftentimes. It was safer. You know, we get that even from bigger roads. We get that from flooding and other stuff. You drive in the middle of the road, you know. If there's no other cars around, that's totally fine. And that road's not marked, by the way, which makes it even more interesting. But it's Jeremy driving in front of his own property. As you know, this is him driving down the road. I mean, you really think about that. He's just driving in front of his own property with crazy people that have threatened him, that have pulled pew-pews and more on him. So, okay. Now, I look forward to seeing what quote-unquote authorities can create with the obsessing concerning PR as their lead case builder. Yeah, I also wonder, you know, again, they're going to run into a little problem, Lisa, because the person that you're talking for called the police and said you stole $100,000 from them. So good luck with that. You realize how fast, like if Levy County is plotted with you folks to do something, again, that'll be real fun. that would be real fun because yeah, why did they ignore NP talking about you stealing all that money? But they would pay attention to Hale's driving in front of the his own property. That's really bizarre, right? Germany needs 360 cam. Indeed, he needs one of you folks. But I don't know. I shouldn't say. I'll say it this way: if he wanted to, he needs one of you very tech savvy people out there that know about the best and brightest. He needs a camera that records while he's in motion. That way, you know, outside of his car, so it picks up not just, you know, he's picking up on the side there, but he needs something like behind his vehicle after he's passed, because God knows what these people might do. Again, if there would have been, if Patty, again, when I say this, I'm not victim blaming. Okay, I want to make that clear. I'm just saying, if Patty would have had a camera that day, they would have had proof about what John Cook did. But then again, Otter Creek probably wouldn't have done anything, but they still at least would have had proof, because apparently if you're a victim and you don't have footage, the crime didn't happen. But if you're a victim and you do have footage, then you're not scared. I've never heard anything like that. It's nuts. But anyway, so who supplied the PR MP's voice with the footage for publishing today? Who indeed? That's a very good question. Who indeed is supplying pictures? Also, it's funny. So, another epic screw up in this. You remember the witness list? You remember those folks? Who did that witness list include? It included the Fats, who were listed as part of this harassment. It listed Tina and Brian, which, interestingly enough, how exactly do they know about what's happening with Tina and Brian? Are they communicating with them all the time and stuff? Oh, yes, they have been, because you know why we know that they communicate with them? Because they raised $4,000 as part of one of their big grifts in their name. So, whoopsie. So good job adding that one in there too. Looks like, again, more third-party harassment. Oh my God, it's amazing. But anyway, there are only 2 people having access to the video footage, and they both have protective orders against themselves for stalking a famous YouTuber. Are they continuing to supply the PR with material and footage as they have all along, beginning August 2024? Wow, that's a very concise date, Shara. I'm curious. That date doesn't look like it was just pulled out of nowhere, does it? It looks like something that may be based in some kind of reality, right? Oh my God. These idiots, man. That, again, I think I'm curious if they ever removed access to them from their cameras. And the reason I wonder about that is because John Cook talks to them daily. They've admitted that. He talks to them daily, sometimes multiple times a day. They've talked about that. He's talked about that. So we know for sure that he's been on the line for them. Now, is LP still? I have no idea. LP, if you're talking to these idiots again, I realize, I think you have been to get money and stuff, but, for your protective order. But my God, you talk about also getting played, man. Getting played. Jeremy Hales, they want, one of the other thing, I got thinking about this. One of the other things that's very useful to the Fats, if they keep Lynette Preston focused on Jeremy Hales as the bad guy, then they don't have to turn over their money. Isn't that interesting? As long as they convince her that that guy over there, he's the one, then they get to go a little further and a little further. In fact, you know what, Lynette? I wonder if you got played for Christmas. Because here's the thing. If you would have gotten your complaint in before Christmas, which you won't now because of the protective order, because I don't think you'll have the stones to do anything. But they raised money in your name and your kid's name for around 8 months this year. They raised it for quote unquote Christmas. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to take that money in Christmas around there, and they're going to say that they used it for something else. And when they do, they're going to give you a giant middle finger, and you ain't going to get shit. And you had every right to it. It shouldn't be expended now. You should have already reported that they raised money in your name for you to have a Christmas and for your kid to have a Christmas. but you wanted them on your witness list, and they're out there doing damage to you instead. Good job there. I think it's all a plan. I think it's all a plan to take their money and maybe more, honestly. But what do I know? Now, back in 2023, when they all wanted me, this is again Shara talking, if you missed that there, to help assist MP to quote unquote build a criminal case against the famous YouTuber, MP has been heavily pursuing with the sheriff's legal department with the help of who? M-A-R-H. Who is that? Is my brain not? I can't believe, by the way, like Shara has all these pieces too. You know, she can tell you about MP. We know that MP is called over and over again. You know what we don't have access to? Oh, Marla. That's it. Marla. Marla, you absolute scumbag. Thank you, folks. Just for some reason, I couldn't place Marla Huge in there. Marla, what is up, by the way? What is your obsession with people? Do you have like a, I mean, again, whatever you're into, you know, whatever you're into. I did find this weird, though. They have recently decided that that they want to attack people for I'm going to say their predilections, let's say. And I find that to be interesting, coming from people that like to walk human beings around in dog masks and try to make people lick boots and stuff. They put up videos of it and stuff to try to I would think the word would be shame other people. Now again, people's lifestyle, like for me, that's not me. But it's interesting to have people that do all this stuff saying, "Oh my God, if that person lived down the road from me, oh, they're a monster. They're this, they're that." And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought all those articles that were put out, that were written, you know, about leather and all of this stuff, I thought they were supposed to be open and inviting, you know. They were open to everybody. Again, I haven't put a name with this right this second, just because I don't know, maybe somebody mean, but I'm not putting a name with the person that they targeted there, because gross, you know. But I found that to be interesting. Anyway, but Marla has been dumped on by these people over and over again. Lynette Preston has called her a liar, has blamed her for so many of the problems that have happened, said that they don't have contact or anything. Although John, according to Marla, has been slipping out over there and bringing her stuff. So I don't know what's up with that. I know how John Cook and Lynette Preston would spin that if it were someone else, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I know how the spin would be were that reversed. Like I said, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, again, maybe she likes whatever items he bringing. Maybe she likes people that are moving around, hobbling with walkers, that are wrapped up to the crotch like a mummy. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, I did not find anything in the record that matched with what I was told, and I abandoned their plan. Yeah, that's the problem here. You know, again, as LP stated very succinctly, by the way, quote, I will come back to this, by the way. I just want to remind you, you know, with Shara's statement there, a liar's worst enemy is someone with a good memory. I don't know. I feel like these days I have a half-ass memory. My memory is my enemy, but the liars there, even a half-ass freaking memory, it's still their enemy. And yeah, that's the problem. Anybody that starts looking into their claims, they find out real quick that a lot of this, it's something for them to feed the frenzy with the few dozen morons that are over there still. But at the same time, it doesn't hold water. Again, LP, one of the best pieces of advice I could ever give this idiot, it would be to have talked to a lawyer that's outside of all this about what a third-party violation really and it means. Because they love to tell her and other people, they love to tell her that third-party violations are direct contact. No, you menace people. You make them afraid. You have a protective order against you. You bring in another party to, again, vilify, slander. You can tell you have something to do with taking, if not this bitch or many others that have come up. And what's the end game to that? They'll be like, it's putting out the truth. Yeah, there ain't no truth in what they said. So what's the point in it? It's to menace. It's to vilify. It's to damage. It's to defame. And it's going to be real fun. I'm glad now with the protective order that, again, remember the protective order is still in effect. There is still an ex parte order. So it is still 100% in effect, despite what these morons have said again and again. They have said that does not exist. Well, it absolutely does and has this whole time. It hasn't stopped these people from doing crazy shit, but you would think they would at least wait a couple of days before doing what they just did, right? But I mean, this kind of stuff like Shar is talking about right here is wild. So she said, I will provide evidence of this in my new video in the works. Ooh, Shar, baby. By the way, if folks would go over and like this post, I would, I think that would be very good. Tell Shara that you see what she's saying. And I mean, again, these people, they are the epitome of witness intimidation. They are. They say that other people try to intimidate witnesses, but at the end of the day, no, they try very hard, very, very hard. By the way, Shizzy Wiznut, looking at his channel right this minute, can somebody post the link? Let me see something real quick, actually. Damn it, I'm on the wrong freaking. Let me see. I'm going to pull this up on. I'm going to pull this up. Just give me 1 second. I got to get over to my channel on my desktop because I'm looking at this. Again, I've been screenshotting, but I get the feeling a certain somebody got a little vacation. So if somebody would put up Shizzy Wiznut's channel real quick, I'm gonna nail it real quick there. I'm going to post it because he's down for like, I think 30 freaking subscribers. So, that guy right there, I think we can get him over that while we're sitting here. We can actually get him over the freaking hump. I mean, he's 30 freaking subscribers. So like I said, one mod post it in for me and I'll grab it real quick and I'll stick it at the top there. But yeah, with Shara, I mean, Shara she's gone out of her way to point out a lot of this insanity that these people, they have done repeatedly. And one of the things that they're aiming at him, again, like Anita is saying, that they're whining about him filming while driving down the freaking road. Give me a second, pin this message. All right. So at the top of the channel, by the way, on the top of the chat, if you all would do me a solid, Kitty Ninja, thank you for that too. Right there at the top of it, you'll see a link. If you would click on that, if you are not subscribed, or if you think you are, maybe you aren't subscribed, click on that. Shizzy Wiznut is right at 10,000 subscribers. These people who told him he would never be anything, he was a loser, all of this stuff. They tried to ruin him. They doxed him. They doxed his family and more. Yeah, they've done everything that they can. And he's still there and he's still playing the game. He's giving them the big fat finger. So if he's nobody at 10,000 subscribers, then what are they? Where they're at? That's what I'm wondering. So make sure that you sub there because I really, really want that laugh. I like Shizzy anyway. He's up to, he's less than 20 away right now. I can see it, 9.98. Again, that means he's less than 20 subscribers. So again, just click that little button and we will do it until we get him over. I meant to do that last night, but I just spaced it. I was having a good conversation with Shizzy. Shizzy's always fun to talk to, and I forgot it. So anyway, let's continue this here too. And I'll remind you periodically if we haven't hit it. Although I think we'll hit it pretty quickly. You know, I think we will, and I think we'll laugh at the fats when we do. Wait, did I say that? I do kind of love laughing at them. I mean, they are pretty sad. Because they have said that, like, Shizzy's a nobody. Well, if Shizzy's a nobody and he's got all that subscribers, what does that make them? Now he's at less than 10 away. So he's at 9,990 something. I can't see the exact number, but I can see the 9.99. So he will pass that 10,000 in just a minute. I want to see it too. I love it. I want it. I want it. Like I said, I should have done it last night. I just spaced it because we went 4.5 hours. I have not done a 4.5 hour live stream in a long time, but we goofed off quite a bit and it was fun. Let's see now. We're so close. I'll check it in a minute though. Let's read and then I'll check it. So it says that she will provide evidence in a new video in the works. Now, law enforcement closed their initial criminal investigation with Deputy Cobb in 2023 because Deputy Cobb said there were no crimes committed by the famous YouTuber. And that's true. I mean, again, what are the crimes? You know, what really hits you with it is if filming is a crime, we have a problem. By the way, here's a wonderful lie, too. They say that you can't film in a courthouse. That is absolutely not true. You cannot film in certain areas, and there are certain courthouses that are more restrictive because of what they have going on. But as you'll see with many auditor channels, I've been keeping up with quite a few of them. I watch a lot of auditor channels. You know, I like to watch them kind of push the law and see if law enforcement, they know what they're supposed to do. And they will film in courthouses. Now, there are rules in courthouses, but anything that is open, an area that is open to the public, we have the right. You cannot trespass the public from a government area. You can't trespass their eyes. And a camera is just like the eyes. You can, again, you have restrictions on it because you can't film people going in and out doing certain things, but they're totally wrong about filming the courthouse. There have been cases that recent cases, in fact, that have been waged and won because of that issue. Now, again, you may have law enforcement that doesn't understand what the public's rights are, but you have every right to film in an area that is open to public. You know, they're also like filming in a bathroom. Blah. It depends on the kind of bathroom. If there's a bathroom where I can lock it out and no one else can get in, good to go. You know, if it's just me, myself, and I by myself, no one else can come in. Yeah, they just they go in and they tell people all types of mis or disinformation. They get it wrong all the time. All you have to do is look it up again. Like I said, there are restrictions on courthouse for sure. For sure. You're not supposed to be listening in or recording or filming things that are going on in courtroom, which they keep saying Hales does, which is, again, that's some mighty fine slander. There is no proof of that. He writes it down, which you are totally allowed to take notes. I've been in the courthouse many times, with my own, again, not in trouble. But I've been in the courthouse and I definitely took notes. Oh, you better believe it. I wrote down every damn detail, and I wrote down details, not just so I could remember them later on, but so it would better help me prep. What a bunch of idiots. But why would the sheriff's legal team be working regularly beginning 2023 to present off mandatory body cam audio with MP? The person, the famous YouTuber, has a protective order against for stalking to create a criminal case against the famous YouTuber. As the sheriff's legal team viewed the obsessive, disturbing, ongoing marathon videos of their lead case builder, PR MP's voice. That's, again, very true. Like I said, if they really are planning anything, I would say spin, but I don't trust these idiots. I've seen what they do. I've seen how they barrage legal teams. I've seen how they try to push and promote stuff into police and more. I've seen it myself. You've seen it. So I would not be surprised that they've tried that. But I'm telling you, if Levy County is dumb enough to do it, a lot of these small places think too, well, we got a police force that's friendly. We're going to have any prosecutor will be friendly. On top of that, get a friendly judge. It doesn't really work out that way. If a person has enough money, they will beat whatever freaking charge you try to bring against them. They'll talk about the venue. I mean, Dan Owen already. The problem with Levy County is Dan Owen told them that he should sue Levy County. On top of that, the statements about Levy County not enforcing and the idea of bias, you couldn't charge there. You'd have real problems. And then you have a judge there that's already been reprimanded. So, I mean, you got plenty of problems that have already appeared. So it'd be real. If they are doing something there, they may be writing checks forever. And my God, what the fats don't understand too. Those people, they wouldn't be the ones on the hook. Ultimately, it's the taxpayers. But the fats might be. They might just serve them up just for fucking kicks. So, oh, by the way, Shizzy Wiznut, 10,000 subscribers, baby. Let me write Shizzy real quick and tell him. Just real quick. I'm going to say congrats on, give me 1 minute, on 10K subs. I actually put 10 million on accident. 10K subs. We just got it there. Props, brother. I'm messaging him. I want him to know. I want him to know that he got it. He's been wanting it, of course. You don't have to stop right there, too. If you haven't subbed again, give it a little cushion, because there's some antis out there that are like, oh, I'm going to knock it down because I don't have a life. What a bunch of losers. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see. Is the sheriff's legal department aware of their lead case builder, PR MP's voice, ongoing plethora of threats and intimidation toward federal court witnesses? Yes, this has actually been a very interesting topic as well lately. So going through, they've been saying that Jeremy Hale's saying that he's going to sue people is a threat against a federal witness. And I thought, well, that's first of all, they're not federal. They're not the same. With your protective order, you want to bring in witnesses, okay, but they want to attach with the protective order. Like, you can't say I'm going to sue you for lying. Yeah, you can. The intimidation factor that comes in with these quote unquote federal witnesses. I like how they're playing that federal witness. Wait, what kind of order are we looking at? First of all. What is this? What's the thing that's being heard in Ohio? What is that? I'm just curious. Because they said because the feds were like, oh yeah, he's intimidating federal witnesses. He was like, wait a minute. What now? Yeah, civil domestic. That's right. Oh my God. But what they did with Sharp, absolutely tried to intimidate. They even had the lawyer write and try to threaten lawsuits, all kinds of crazy shit, all kinds of stuff. So on top of that too, weirdly, they definitely are encouraging Leslie to get in trouble. So the videos, again, like I said, the videos that Leslie put up, that stuff, What idiots. What absolute idiot to put up something saying that she supports child essay. We talked about that yesterday where that was put up. They were talking, I'm doing some quotes here. Like I said, Megan suing anti-Hales. And they're like, she's going to sue all of them? No, you all don't have individual identities, Fats. By the way, you don't get that individual identity from me. You know, unless I want to make fun of you or laugh at you stupid, you all are one thing. You're not pro anything. They're not pro anyone. So what are they? They're anti-Hales. So, but with what money? Jeremy's money. Well, you don't think that she could decide to sue? First of all, there's already a lawsuit. But if let's just say there wasn't. First of all, you wanted to add something totally new and random out there. You don't think that Megan Fox could fundraise and get enough money to sue? You don't think she could do it without going in her pocket? Honestly? And on top of that, you don't think that she might have some money? Who knows? You know? I mean, maybe she's earmarked something for a rainy day, you know, and she's like, well, it'll pay off because I want to deflate those lips. I mean, they're like, oh, you know, more money. Actually, I know a lot of people that would help fundraise because they like a good shit show. And yeah, that's what money. But they're like, is she talking about Leslie? Speaking the truth about her? Everything Leslie said about her is in fact true. Huh. That's interesting. So, in the span of one night, they say that Megan Fox, they themselves went on the record to say that Megan Fox supports child essay. You have to understand something too. Lips came out with a story about her father. Now, I find it really suspect when somebody, after her father had been threatened repeatedly and messages had been turned over, right after that, then suddenly this guy that has paid millions of dollars for all kinds of blunders on that side, cleaned up every mess this person's been in. And she bragged about, by the way, she bragged about her family all the time, about how well off they were. And they were all out there. They were all supporting her. Well, suddenly it's an about face. And now he's a monster abuser. That's what these people do. That's what they do. There have been no convictions that we've seen. There's been nothing out there to suggest any of that's true, but they've gone on the record. You know, again, these are the kind of things like we found out in the beginning of the Hales case, that those kind of statements are the kind of statements that it doesn't matter the amount for damages. Those are the kind of things that will bury you. So what a bunch of idiots. You know, they're doing this also while the whole time too, they're talking about how they're totally not threatening Jeremy Hales, but they keep saying, I have no fucking idea what they said in 4 months. I guess they want to do something like, oh God, if it's celebrity boxing or something, God, gag me. That stuff fails all the time. But how is that not a threat anyway? You come in here and you let me punch you because you know you've talked about these idiots over here. I'm suing you, but hey, I want to make sure that this guy over here can punch you. Otherwise, we're gonna call you a coward and everything else. Or if you don't do what I want, we're gonna go after your reputation. Smart, very, very smart. You know, last night too, the gang was all there. Ray, John Cook, Stupid Dave. All these morons, they were all in there. You know how you know? Because they shut them out. I like to, man, they are losing it over that entire thing of being called out. Again, because of criminal activities. The spin on that stuff is just amazing. It is amazing. You had criminal himself that was talking about how they really wanted to harass Jeremy Hale's more, but they pulled it in. So then he went, this was really funny about the drug thing. I really liked this. He was like, you guys want me to you guys want me to pee in a cup right now or something? You know, well, Walgreens is 5 seconds away. I challenged them for a drug test and lie detector there. You know, the thing is, I would do, wait, you know what? I wouldn't give them one anyway. Fuck them. Oh, it was the most glorious thing ever. I mean, it really went like that. This is really how it goes. It's like, you guys want me to pee in a cup right now or something? Walgreens is like 5 seconds away. Young's in the drug test, lie detectors. You know what? Well, the thing is, I'm gonna give them one anyway. Fuck them. I don't give a shit what they believe or not. I mean, that is a direct quote. Actually, let me put that on the screen. Give me a second. Let me give me 1 minute. I have to grab the transcript for last night. I have it up there. I have it on my device here where I was marking it. It's like, you've got to be kidding me. Are you that stupid? Yeah, of course. But yeah, oh my God. You're like, I totally would do it. Wait, no, I wouldn't. What's the ton stamp? 34 minutes. Guys, I love going through these freaking transcripts because they are hilarious, and they lie all the time too. They lied about Megan, for example. They said she admitted that she called the school. They're like, she never said anything about calling a school except that she hasn't called anyone. The only admissions that you had to contacting a school, not even calling. Like I said, I called the police department about what was stated for sure. And you had an email that was written, not by Megan Fox, asking because somebody had been brought up in it and they wanted to know why exactly their name was being brought up in something. That does not equate to the same thing. That's kind of crazy. But they were like, yeah, she admitted it. He's like, are you kidding me? If you didn't admit to that shit. I mean, again, the level of, it's not disinformation. It's not misinformation, rather. It is. It's just straight up disinformation. Check this out, though. Here's that little part. Yeah, here it is. You guys want me to pee in a cup right now or something? I know I challenged him. Walgreens is 5 seconds away. Going in the drug test. Lie detector checks. He's like, the other thing, if it's even, I wouldn't give him one anyway. Fuck him. I don't give a shit what they believe. So it went from, yeah, you know what? I'll throw down right here. I'll prove. Wait a minute. Maybe I can't pass the drug test. Maybe I can't pass the lie detector. Yeah, I'll pay for a lie detector. Yeah, for real. Straight up. You want to take a lie detector? 100%. I'll pay for one. I'll have them ask you about your victims there. We'll sort this all out. We'll sort it all out real fast. You said that you're down for a lie detector, 100%. I'll get the money together. I'm putting down, since they want to play challenge over and over. I challenge him. Look, I challenged them to drug tests. Look, he's like he is through the whole thing. I challenge you. I challenge you to it. Wait a minute. I'm not doing that. You got to admit, that's amazing. That is funny. Just like, oh my God. That is really funny. I had a good laugh about that. Let me find the Megan stuff real quick. I gotta, let's see, 53 minutes. This is going to be my subject at first, but they decided to violate the protective order. Again, Megan Fox has plenty of stuff. If she decides to sue, oh, she's got it right there. The thing is, Leslie's already being sued. And she's going to wake up one day and be like, holy crap, wait a minute. This was not, this was not bright. In fact, she goes through this, let's call it a cycle, shall we? But she goes through them where she'll post dozens and dozens of videos, and then later on she'll decide to delete dozens and dozens of videos, right? You've seen that happen. We've seen it happen plenty of times. And I'm sure it will happen again. Because she thinks it deletes evidence. But you can see it here, you know. Tug trying to say that Megan's going to sue all anti-Hales people. Did I say all? No, I never said that. Like I said, I deprived them of individual identity. They are all anti-Hales. Plus, here's the thing, too. If I put it on a thumbnail, nobody gives a shit about Lisa. Not only that, I don't lead people to your channel. I call you all anti-Hales. I deprive you of the platform shout out while also laughing at all the stupid you do. Isn't that amazing? It's beautiful. That's because they're all anti-Hales. Sometimes I will note, like a Ray, for example, because anybody that can sit through 4 hours of Ray's ramble over and over again. One thing I've learned is I'm pretty sure Ray does not like the women, you know. Like I said, Ray's a creepy dude. He is. You know, say something bad. Biblical. Fake smile. It's really creepy. But you talk about who's going to sue with Jeremy's money. There's a lawyer too. Are you kidding? Well, first of all, there already is a lawsuit, dumbass. There absolutely is. There is. But yeah, with Leslie. Oh, she talking about Leslie? Because Leslie's speaking the truth about her. Everything Leslie said is in fact true. Huh. So when she says that, again, she supports child SA, that's what she's noting. On top of that, she also admitted calling her job. Okay, she wrote her job. Megan admitted it. We have it recorded. What? What now? No. These idiots, they don't realize that, again, Rosalind Duke was brought up. They put a bullseye on her. Leslie specifically noted Rosalind Duke's name, specifically said that she had been reported to the police for all this crazy stuff. So Rosalind Duke was like, yo, I'm going to find out about it. So she wrote to find out about the accusations, not to find out about that. And of course, we had DJ Radis, right? Because we saw that, right? So we had him, right? But anyone else? Now it's Megan. So now, funny enough, too, Megan is now doing revenge because she posted some, let's say, adult stuff about Les. That's weird because all of that stuff was off of TikTok. Are you telling me that TikTok allows, or Instagram or any of these sites allow explicit adult material? Because I don't remember that. I do remember someone talking about eating out of dog bowls and other kinds of weird shit, but I thought they were okay with all that. I mean, again, you know, it's weird when they post it publicly and you find it and it comes from public accounts. That's not private. Whether it's, again, someone, what's up with all the dog things, by the way? I don't understand it. What is it? You got one of them, you know, have another person eating out of a dog bowl. You have one walking a person around in a dog mask. And I don't get it. I don't get it. But Leslie, they're encouraging her too. They are absolutely encouraged. And you know why? The reason that they encourage her is because ultimately, Leslie, I know you listen to this stuff, so I want you to hear this very clearly. These people will put you in jail. They will put you in the poorhouse or they will put you in jail. And they don't care. You look at what they've done to Lynette Preston. Lynette Preston went from all she had to do was abide by a protective order to them talking her into filing some of the worst litigation I've ever seen. They end up dropping that. She is now being sued over garbage litigation, which these people, they encouraged. They talked her into going into bankruptcy. They lie about it and say they didn't, but they did. And these are just broad strokes, by the way. But they talk her into going into bankruptcy. Now she's looking at potentially losing all of her property. She's looking at giving more information than she ever wanted to turn over, because she's admitted to things like having multiple cell phones that, well, she's also not been very truthful in certain matters in the bankruptcy court. Those kind of things are problems for her. They've also told her that third-party violations, well, they kind of don't matter. The only way that a third party matters is if they make direct contact with a person. That's not how, again, protective orders work. Hey, what's up, kiddo?
What's up?
You finished taking your nap?
Yeah.
Did you sleep good?
Yeah.
You look tired still. I think, hey, are you wanting to have a lazy day today?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the device is over there on the game or over on my table. I can't remember which one, okay? Do you see it up there? Is it up there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd forgotten where it was.
It's at 3%.
Oh, well, here, give it to me for a few. And yeah, I found it on the floor. You when you fell asleep, you didn't put it anywhere last night. You just left it laying around. You just got tired and fell asleep. So you didn't charge anything up, you know? Yeah. I know you forgot. Right, because you were tired, right?
Yeah.
Did you wear down?
Yeah.
You played hard. By the way, you going over to Gigi's tomorrow?
Yeah.
You are? Are you sure?
Yeah, but maybe we're gonna hang out.
You gonna go hang out?
Yeah,
Here.
but we're gonna have a good day together because every time when we gonna have a day, Sissy, we bite Sissy or sometimes.
Here you go. It's a bunch of there's some chocolate orange. I know you love those. So you can come back in a little bit and get your phone if you want, okay?
Okay.
You want to say hi, by the way?
Hi.
Yeah. She's just waking up. Look at that super sticker. Isn't it cute? Look at that. Look at this little thing dancing. Isn't that cute?
Yep, it's an orange dancing.
Yeah. It's a lemon. I think it's a lemon, yeah.
Or that's the orange.
Oh, you want to see something cool? By the way, let me wake up my screen here. Give me a second. You want to see something cool? I'm gonna show it on this to the people too. You wanna see some awesome stuff?
Yeah. Ramen. That looks like ramen.
Just a second, I'll show them all to them. Okay. So I've been making pictures and stuff, right? Look at all of them.
Wow! Look at the snowy one.
Yeah, look at the snow dragging out. Look at the creepy Santa one. Whoa. Look at the glowing.
And you sleeping for Christmas.
Look, there's me being like, yeah, look, they're gonna fight. That is
and
that.
You're sleeping for Christmas.
Hey, who would make I know you don't know either one of them, but I have a really serious question to ask you. Okay, who would make a better co-host? Would it be Just Jay or Megan Fox?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, oh man.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Look, somebody sent you. Look at the smiley face. It's upside down. They said, can you say thank you to Fallen Hero?
Thank you for hearing the sound is upside down, so it's a friendly face.
No,
right?
Well, no, because the whole head's upside down. It's more like if you were like, hey, look at me. So it's not really the whole face is upside down. If the smiley face was upside down, it'd be you're right. And look, Rachel here said, love you. Yeah. Can you say thank you to Rachel? She's just waking up, by the way. She's like, well, look at hey, look, there's me and there's Sissy, and that's how it made you yellow for some reason.
That's okay.
It loves your face there.
I love yellow's my favorite color. It is
I know. I figure you like that. Like he's breaking a ruler. Snap! Slow motion.
And what's the one on the bottom?
This is it's have you seen the toast? You remember the toast that's putting the butter on it?
Oh.
Well, it's putting it on there, and look, when it leaks off, it turns into Christmas trees.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very strange.
That looks like a pancake though.
Yeah, look at all the little.
It looks like a dancing waffle though.
Look at all the umbrella guys.
I like the song one, and I like.
Yeah, that's cute. Huh?
You can make an angel one, you know.
Yeah, you can make all kinds of them. I have an angel one, but I ran out of credits. This is Grok. They'll make some more soon. These are just their autos once you upload them. Can you say thank you to Who's Your Daddy?
Thank you, Daddy.
So you have the voice of an angel.
Yes,
That's cute. Oh, look, another lemon there. What do you think of that one? Is that funny?
If you just squeeze a lemon, or you can just squeeze an orange into a lemon if you just paint it yellow.
Oh, you could paint an orange yellow and make it a lemon.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I guess you could. Can you say thank you to Joan for that one, by the way?
Thank you, Joe.
That's funny. Oh, here's another look at that. Love to you with little hearts. Can you say thank you to Stephanie?
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, that was nice. Look, here's $5 for you. It says.
Thanks.
Yeah. Can you say thank you to Shep?
Thank you, Shep.
Rick Friend said, hey.
Hey.
Hey, look at the hard eyes. Is that cute?
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, that one's cute. Can you say thank you to Jen?
Thank you. I'm getting a lot of money today, but thank you.
Yeah, you are getting some Christmas dough, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Rhea Raya said, we want you and Sissy as co-hosts. That's who they want. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Hey, Dwayne, he wanted to know if you could say something. Can you say, what's up, gang gang?
What's up, gang gang?
She pointed like with the little pistol they do. What's up, gang gang?
Hey.
Yeah, you did it there. That was funny.
And
that was good. It was funny.
And I like K-pop.
Yeah, you like K-pop Demon Hunter quite a bit. Actually, you got enough here to get you a new shirt again.
Ooh, like which one?
I one of the K-pop ones. You could pick it out.
Oh.
Or we could go online and see if they have that one that they didn't. You know, she wears an extra small, so they didn't have the ones that she wanted when we went to the store last time. You know, they only had like larges and extra larges. And it was like it'd be like a tent on her.
We could get the demon shirt because my Juju wouldn't like that.
Yeah, she wouldn't like the demon shirt. That's right. Can you say thank you to Joan? She sent you $20.
Thank you, Joan.
That's awesome. Carol sent you $5 there too. Can you say thank you to Carol?
Thank you.
Hey, here's Christine. She sent you. Look at that little box that says "Good job." Yeah, she's doing a little thumbs up too. Can you say thank you for that?
Thank you.
Oh, look, Just Jay said that you're stealing his airtime. Yeah, you're like, yep, that's my airtime now, sucker.
If my mom was here, her would just kick me out of you. That's what her always does. What is that one with the little slimy?
This is the butter too. That's on the. It's been rolled around. This one's paint. He's putting paint like creepy on his face. Like these are pulling out little maps and stuff. Aren't they cool?
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. There's all kinds of pictures. This is what I do. When I'm on here, I'm supposed to be working. This is what I really do. Like when I'm on Megan's show and I'm supposed to be helping her with co-hosting, this is what I really do. Can you say thank you again to Who's Your Daddy? Says, say my daddy is Tug. Can you say that? My daddy is the umbrella guy.
Okay, it's a guy. That's how I.
Yeah, well, we know that one. That's funny. Can you say thank you?
Yeah, we all know that one, but some other people don't know.
But well, that's true. They do now, though, and it's okay to know.
Yeah, and
she doesn't talk about it in public. That's why she's like, because we. For a long time, we didn't talk about Dad's job, right? Because we didn't want to dox ourselves for it. So that's why she's like, oh, no, I'll say that. Can you say thank you to Travis? Travis said, sending love to you.
Thank you.
Oh, man, look, Shell sent you $5. Well, look, Travis sent you to there. And Shell sent you $5 as well.
Thank you.
Man, you're having a very...
and if you never watch K-pop, you had this. It's on Netflix if you had Netflix.
Dwayne also said he sent you $10 and said thank you to you. Can you say you're welcome, gang gang?
Well, hey.
No, it's good. We've been making jokes about gang gang, which is good. Not bad ones, funny ones, you know. Photo lady sent you by and said, I'm calling my granddaughter Bug since she was a baby too. So her granddaughter also gets called. You know where I call you Baby Umbrella Girl? Now it's Big Umbrella Girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. But she calls her. And can you say thank you too?
Thank you, but what do you call Sissy?
What do I call Sissy? Little Umbrella Girl. Lug. You know, she'd probably like to be called Bug now because it's an insect. But you got the cool name like that, right? So
yeah, we're gonna
again. She can't take your cool name, can she?
Yeah.
That's right. Here, this has 14%. Hey, you know, in the room upstairs, you can use that plug in there because there, you know, that one's it's got a phone plug in there too.
Well, no.
You want it? You want it for 14%, or do you want me to keep charging it?
Keep charging it.
All right.
14% not too good.
Hey, Yeety McYeterson. Can you say that? Yeety McYeterson.
Yes.
Sent you two and said that's for you, you know.
Actually, can say it.
Can you also say what the what now? You know how we do at home? We're like, what the what?
What the what?
Yeah, but you know when we say when you're shocked, you go, what the what? You know?
Yeah.
Can you say it like you're shocked, like you just saw something like what the what?
What the what?
She's like, what the what? You do that all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do sometimes at Sarah movies or something I watch my emotions in my room.
Who is that there?
The Floofy cat.
That's the Floofy cat. She knows the avatar there. The Floofy sent candy money for you. Oh.
Thanks, the Floofy.
She's like, thanks to the Floofy.
It took you a while.
Yeah, well, the Floofy was like, hey, there. Actually, the Floofy said hi yesterday too. But you, by the time you know, you'd come down here, and then remember you went upstairs and you were resting. You know.
Yeah, but me and Mom were gonna hang out, like doing Mom and Huggy a day.
Yeah. Well, she's at her work. You could. I guess you could probably call her if you want the phone. You want it? Or do you want it to charge some more? It's at 16. You want it to charge some more?
Yeah, let's charge more and okay. When's her coming home?
I don't know when she gets home. But
love you.
Love you too. You can get the charge. You can come back and get it in about 20 minutes. It'll be charged up pretty good, okay? And you can play with it. I know. I told you if you did really good yesterday, you could. So love you. She's such a sweetie. Yeah. She laid down. She took her a nap and everything. She's just waking up too. You can tell she just woke up because she's not flying back and forth through the room. She wasn't running or anything. You know, she's very calm, very very laid back in that moment. Yeah. Look at these though. Aren't they awesome? Look at all of them. This is, like I said, this is what I do when especially when I'm I do it on my own too, but if I'm co-hosting with Megan, this is especially what I do. I make avatars. So let's return to some fun. Oh, by the way, so we started reading this yesterday. I want to read something to you. I didn't read it all yesterday. Give me a second, because I was like, man, I wanted to talk to Shizzy, is what, you know, and I wanted to talk about things that we had seen or what was coming up or whatever. But oh my God, what's amazing again, Stupa put out his giant message, his big long scree, and I did want to read it to you because like I said, I like to make sure that I hit everything that comes up. And I vehemently disagree with this narrative because, again, somebody can target a person for well over a year. They can go after some of the worst moments in their lives, like divorces, for example, where people can say anything about you, and they do sometimes say some terrible thing, and you never know the truth, you know. I could tell you, I could tell you this or that, like I said, going through things, and you only have me to believe. Now, again, I'm not saying that I would lie about it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not something that, unless there was documentation, they're terrible moments. You know, they are horrible moments. And then they're also not a crime. Like, that's the real kicker to it, too. You have to remember that those moments, they're not crimes. It is not a crime to divorce. And people will try to leverage. You remember that people can accuse you of anything during those. And you have, during those moments, you know, again, unfortunately, we have seen time and again kids that, you know, unfortunately, it puts them in a bad predicament. That's all I'll say with that. I don't want to say, I'm not trying to say anything negative with that. I'm trying to say something negative about these people. You know, again, they think it's okay to pull that in, but not to talk about them. You know, it's like this. I consider, especially after yesterday, Fats, I consider all gloves off. So it's all good. I guess everything's good. You know, the same people that whined and cried about family pictures being put up. I mean, again, I think that it'd be fun to read some of the things that you all have posted in reports about your kinks, you know, that you've told the world that you were totally proud of until we started doing live streams. then they're like, those are private material. Don't talk about those. And other things, you know, things that people have found that, well, we'll just see where that goes, won't we? But let's read this together. So a very personal message from me. Please read. So he's asking us to read it. Tonight has been extremely hard for me. And I want to speak honestly from the heart. Not a stupid Dave. And again, I loved the fact that, like Shizzy pointed out, it says, I'm not posting as Super Dave, but God, this is long. God, that's so long. But he signs it as Super Dave. I'm not posting as Super Dave, but I'm Super Dave. It's like, wait a minute. You know, not as a YouTuber, not as a defendant in a lawsuit, but as a human being. Earlier today, a viewer sent me something that shook me to the core. A public post made about me showing an old mugshot from 2016 with captions and statements that were not only cruel, but completely false, including the claim that I was convicted of DV. That never happened. There was no, well, it was weird. Like I said, you know, they talk about crimes and everything else. First of all, mugshots, you'd be totally happy if you find a mugshot of someone else. You've totally been happy bringing that in. You brought up people's divorces, everything, totally good. But it's dehumanizing to talk about them, right? To talk about this sundry, this assortment of weirdos. But that never happened. The case was no process, meaning no charges, no conviction, no crime. I was released. Yeah, it means again, it's like a dismissal without prejudice, meaning you screw up again. And you know, I have a real problem, honestly, with a lot of things that go like that. I could tell you pretty horrible stories about how some of the cases where people get on a second chance program. I think second chance sometimes is okay, but I think that especially with DV and some of the things that other people they do to one another, I think that second chance is really gross. It's very gross. But I'm not going to get on that pulpit today because it makes me mad. Makes me very mad sometimes. But I've rebuilt my life since. I've rebuilt. This is a victim stance. I've talked about this incident openly on my own channel because I believe in accountability. I don't believe in shit, growth, and becoming a better person. But seeing it drag back out like this. So wait, you've talked about it publicly, but when it's talked about, it's distorted, mocked, and weaponized. Felt like having a scar open in front of thousands of people. How do you think Hale's felt with you all dragging his kid into frame? Somebody that, again, you know, you know what he didn't do? See, this is the difficulty in that. When somebody tries to drag in a loved one, you don't go on and talk shit about them and stuff because, you care about them. You're not going out there and trying to disprove them. It puts you in another level, another place. And it's so awful and uncomfortable. I can't even imagine. Can't imagine being put in that situation where, again, it's the byproduct. It's not the byproduct of, like, with LP's kids, they were talking, and LP was going after them online. It was insane stuff to see. Absolute insane stuff. With Hale's, it's pretty well documented the horrible divorce they had and more. Again, the way that they pushed that kid too was very gross. You could tell that he needed someone to talk to. It wasn't them. He needed a professional to talk to, not those people. And yeah, but poor milquetoast, right? It hurt. It hurt more than I expected, more than I put into words. The timing, it felt like a warning shot. I didn't want to admit this at first, but a viewer, wow, one of the, 15, pointed out something I couldn't ignore. The CAC came just days after a court denied sanctions request again. Oh my God. Yeah. So someone points out, hey, look at this, this assortment of weirdos that are coming after me. Oh my God, it's all about me. What? And it came the same day I posted again for the first time in a while. Somebody didn't send me these dumb fucking things. I would never know this guy existed anymore. I wouldn't, because he's like, I'm not talking about it. I never talk about this guy. Dude, you're in the Fats chat every freaking night. We watch you every night, so many people screenshot it. You playing the victim. And it's amazing to me. Because like I said, he got a shout out from one of the biggest drama channels out there. No beef with them, by the way. They can be a drama channel. But that's what he was. A drama channel. They are life-wrecking weirdos. That's that's exactly what they wanted to be until they found somebody that a lot of times, see, like for myself, for example, I punch back. I don't take shit from people like this. I verbally punch back. And they're not accustomed to that. Most of them, if they want to create some kind of garbage, people oftentimes will just roll up and pretend that it doesn't exist. And sometimes, I don't acknowledge every freaking hating channel out there, but some of these idiots, yeah, you punch back and suddenly they're the victims, but it felt like a message, a warning to stay quiet. Shot across the bow. And the truth is, it worked. It made me feel intimidated. It made me feel scared to post my content. It made me feel scared to defend myself. This isn't just criticism. It's harassment and cyber stalking. Huh. Like I said, the months and months of it. I pulled up yesterday a dozen of the freaking Hodunk Hillbilly videos where the guy absolutely knows who's putting them together, even though he's playing at, I don't know who that is. I pulled up a dozen of those. Again, he's made videos about myself. He's made videos about Megan Fox, about myself and Megan Fox. And on top of that, he's made videos about Hales and whomever else. Again, he wants to be a drama channel, but he can't take it. That's the thing with being online. You run into people like this. They are paper tigers. They roar and roar until you rip into them. And then they just shred. They play the victim. But I personally don't give a fuck if he plays the victim. I don't, I don't. So, what's happening now? It's been happening for months. It goes far beyond internet drama or YouTubers disagreeing. Well, first of all, I don't think it was YouTubers disagreeing. I don't think joining up with people you have a protective order against and harassing a dude every single fucking day for years. That's not disagreement. That's violation. But to me, like if it were me and I were speaking, again, I can't speak for Hales on this, but for me, you know what that is? That's a declaration of war. That's game on for me. Now, again, I don't have the kind of things that Hales has to lose. You know, when people go after me, I'm, like I said, I have not dipped my toe into litigation, although it is funny. Like, these people open themselves up, especially, like I said, the fats. They are the dumbest fucking human beings on the planet. Their live stream yesterday was such a gift, by the way, because it is ultimately any kind of stupid litigation they ever try to bring, because they keep saying they will. I doubt they will, but if they ever do, that will be the live stream that you bring up where they're calling people, you know, again, groomers, and that they're saying that, you know, they agree that certain people, they support child essay. That's what they're, yeah, this person's 100% true in everything they say. That's what that says. So that is a get out of anything free. So thank you for that gift, by the way. I already have one of those, but we haven't talked about yet, but we will one day. When, like I said, one day there will be a real big, it'll be the mother of all bombshells I will drop for you. Again, I know I'm vague in it. I'm almost I'm daring these people to ever bring it up. That's what it is. I'm daring them because I'm curious if I'm going to be very vague in that. But let's see. 2L accusations. I'm filing that away, by the way. I made sure to download that stupid shit. Like I said, you have to be very careful what you attach to your name. You can also, here's another thing. If you find something on the internet, like if somebody's like, hey, I think this person is a PDF file, for example. You can't just be like, oh, well, somebody posted this and it's a rumor, you know, to save yourself. That's not how that works. You can't just pull up random shit and pretend that it's gospel. Meanwhile, again, many of these people, they're playing victim under actual criminal fucking shit. It's crazy. But this is repeated public humiliation, dissemination of false criminal accusations, targeted degradation. Oh my God. Weren't you talking about how somebody should get armed? And, well, you know what you said, man. You remember all that? Again, I look back to the old Miltoast recordings and people that would talk about him. And the stuff he would do, it's funny because the person that is here, this person right here, this is a game to them. This is them trying to secure a counterclaim in a court case. That's what this is. You know, he's going to have a real problem, though. Again, mental health wise, he's already talked about mental health to exhaustion. Also, the questions about, I think the questions about the Hodunk Hillbilly stuff will be really interesting. You know, the quid pro quo with the creator of those will be really interesting too. But he says doxing. Oh, doxing. Yeah, by the way, you know what? Like I said, fuck these weirdos. Ultimately, they have doxed. They've doxed multiple people. They have tried to go after people's businesses, their advertisers. They've done terrible things. They have done them in the name of hoping that they would break Jeremy Hales. They hoped. They hoped they would break him. And you see sometimes where he gets through. Like I said, with the discussion that he had the other day, where he was talking about what happened in court. He was talking about the stress and the stuff it's caused. You could see it. You could see the strain and the emotion. But he doesn't get online and blubber about it. You know why? Ultimately, you know why people don't handle it this way? Because if I acted like this, for example, you're not my therapist, you know? I mean, ultimately, this is a crock of shit here. I can talk about people targeting and stuff, but you're not my online therapist. That's what these people think. Oh, you're my therapist, therefore. Encouraging mobs, public bounty offers, years of smears against mold. Wow, years. That's weird. Like I said, I collected a bunch of stuff with you, Miltos. He's not a criminal, though. He's not a criminal. He's not violent. I'm not what the creator paints me to be. I'm just a man trying to stand up for himself with limited resources, no lawyer, a disability, and a whole lot of fear. You know, nobody cared. Like I said, they don't care about other people's disability. They don't care about other people's issues if they break them. In fact, I personally believe they hoped that it would break Jeremy Hale. I really do. Limited resources. So are you telling me that your giant benefactor didn't pull through for your lawyer? For you? The guy that said he was going to drop $3 million for you all? What did you all do to burn him? I saw Guapo talking about Only Me, or them talking about Guapo and Only Me, where Guapo apparently had a big problem with Only Me doing his own thing. What did they do to burn through him? But anyway, I don't want to read this whole thing. I don't want a war. Well, too late, man. Too late. I'm scared. Yeah, you know, man, like these people, they isolated Hales. They threatened every single person that covered this. Look what they're trying to do with Larry, for example, because Larry talked about how shitty some of these people are. They hoped that they could cook up something and punish him for sticking around. Actually, he left, and they still wanted to punish him. But they ran off almost everybody that would talk about this case. But they want to play victim again. Look at this. This is huge. I'm just a small creator. I do simple commentary videos. Yeah, I'm drowning. Ugh, gross, man. I hate it when people, again, it reminds me of, I ran into bullies, you know, when I was younger. Before I learned that the way to handle a bully was to hit them with a textbook. I mean, I learned that in my life, you know. Maybe that's a terrible lesson, but that's what I learned in my life. You know, you have people that come up to you and they'd hit you, or they grab your arm and they make you, you know, they hit it against you and they'd be like, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? You know, people like that. Then one day you hit them with a textbook and they stomp it. You know, now I'm not encouraging hitting someone with a textbook, but I am talking about the E version of it. I am saying that when somebody moves against you and tries to ruin your life, that you don't just sit there and you don't just take it. And they're not used to that. They all got together. We saw them talk about it. We've seen some of your leaked emails, and I look forward to seeing more of them, you know. I do. But they all get together. They all have their little powwow. So they all have a good laugh out of it. And yet, and it's something else. Been covering this for a while. So now we'll cover it for a while. It'll be interesting to watch. But let's hit some super chats, you know. It's not like last night. We can go forever. Fallen Hero. What's up? Kicking us off there, too. And thank you for the gifted membership. And thank you for being here. Always. Appreciate that, my friend. Very much. I can't believe they already violated that protective order. I mean, can you all? I can believe it. But at the same time, do you ever look at this and think, what are they doing? You know, what do they think they're doing here? I mean, do you ever think that? Do you ever look at these cases and think, this can't be real? These people can't be doing this, can they? Because I'm my mind blown. God, these people. Max Lab, thanks for the 2 there. Hey, Tug, Jeremy Hale's just posted. Yes, I saw that. I thank you too, because I wouldn't have noticed it before otherwise. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate, because that Max drops a lot of docs. You know, even you know what's crazy? The anti-Hales they've wanted to talk a lot of shit about Max Lab. You know, not Max Lab the creator, but Max Lab with whatever. You know, and again, these are people that in their own lives, I would think they would want to be inclusive. I thought they were inclusive of all lifestyle choices. Now, again, many people do are not my lifestyle. But one of the things I do not do in my life, I do not spend my time denouncing people, because I would never finish denouncing people. It would also mean there's a two-way street to that. First of all, I don't care as an adult. If you're doing something it's fucking not illegal, I may laugh at it, honestly, because I am a dick sometimes. But no, for real, you can live however you want, you know, ultimately. May not be my cup of tea. Maybe something I look at and be like, what the fuck? But ultimately, again, there are a lot of people like that in life. And I mean that, I don't mean that on this certain person. I mean that with anybody. But they have come after Max Lab. And I thought that was really weird, because at the same time, they all, like Marla, for example, admitted that she uses Max Lab's documents. Many of them use Max Lab's documents. He has never restricted them when he's pulled them and showcased them. He's never restricted them to one side or whatever you want to say. He's put them out in public, and many of them pull them. They were fine with a person until they feel that there's something about them they can weaponize. And that says something about, again, these people are not pro anything. They don't build anything. They build scams, but they definitely, here, I got a little one coming down the steps. Give me a second. Here, kiddo. That's it. What's the number on there? What's that number? Wait.
3, 4.
No, what's the number there? There. What's the number? There it is. Can you see it? Here, take it. What was it? 4-3. Now, what is that? Do you remember what 4 at the beginning?
Means 40.
40. That's right. And what's then? So that number 4 and a 3. What would that be?
43.
Yes, good job, man. That's so smart. All right, you go do your thing.
And
I gotta
I'm
go through
hungry.
these. We'll get some food and everything in a bit. Do you want pizza today?
Yep.
Okay, when I finish, we'll order some
Mom
pizza.
never gives me cheese in the course when her always pizza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the main part. If you don't, when you finish
I'll see if they have that. Okay.
Yeah, because when you finish the pizza,
I told you to get some.
That's all you have left. The crust, right? So if there's cheese in the crust, then you have nothing left but the cheese in the crust.
Yeah.
And then you can eat the cheese in the crust,
Well,
and then you have nothing.
So if you want pizza a little bit, here, let me finish this. So I got to roll through these. I don't have a lot of time, so I got to roll through them. Okay.
I'll go call someone. You know.
Yeah. Now you know who you can. It's not too late, so you can go ahead and do it. Do it upstairs though. Okay. Don't do it down here.
I'm calling Mom.
Hey, that's fine. Just don't do it down here. Okay.
If Mom's on the way,
okay. Lordy. Okay. So funny. But close my door, okay, baby? So funny. Yeah, I told her we could have pizza. That's what I'm hungry. She said, I'm hungry. Wink, wink. She winked at me. Yeah. I was like, Yeah, you want a pizza then? I remember saying we could have one today. That cracks me up. But anyway, I know that. Again, just to say, I find it interesting that people that they're not pro anything. They'll use a resource, sure, but then they want to mock and deride or what. Again, everybody's open to mockery. Who cares? But it's very telling about people, especially considering their lifestyle loofah choices. You know. Anyway, let's continue. Green veggies, thanks 5. Remember Tug? He was a white guy. I remember. Hey, I remember. He was a white guy in a club in New York with all the rappers. He stood out. Yeah, Tug. Actually, I was rapping one time. It was amazing. If I rapped, you'd be like, "Oh my God, that's the worst thing I've ever heard." Actually, that's why I love AI. I can pretend to be something, but I'm not good at it. Emmy, what's up, Emmy? Thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Reset, thanks for the 2 months. 911, what's your emergency? Jeremy Hales. Involvement, can't blame Jeremy. Yeah, it's really weird when you again his remember, just to point this out again. Remember, they are weaponized. They were dumb enough to pull up him driving down the road. He just had a protective order, just had a hearing on it. They just gave an ex parte. You would think that would be a message to certain people out there, maybe not to allow people to post things like this. Again, the wonderful thing, I said, you can see on the side of the thing, you can see a lot of detail from the side, but what you really find out, again, from their statement, he's driving on the wrong side of the road. I'm like, oh no. Have you ever driven something large like this? You know, I'm not very good at driving a giant vehicle, but Kitty Ninja, thanks for the 26 months. Still my birthday. And his song again to make Rebel dance in her seat. Well, I think we can manage that for sure. Let's bust it out.
Happy, happy birthday from both of us to you. Happy, happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy, happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Here's to another year.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Very much. Love to you all. I appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you. Peggy, thanks for that. Hey, Tub, did you receive a box from me and your girls this past weekend? UPS didn't notify us. Right? Can you write me, Peggy, and to make sure that I know which box that is? Just to, we get it stuff off and on, and I want to make sure. Now, I haven't been down there in a few days, so I want to make sure if you could write my email and let me know. Again, I have my memory these days is not, like I said, with the health stuff. One thing I got was brain fog. You can hear it sometimes. It pumps up. So some of that, it just jumbles in my mind, and that is not a lack of appreciation. It's just I want to make sure. I don't want to be like, yeah, sure, thinking that one of them, like something was that and it wasn't. So if you could write my email, just let me know. And again, I'd like to thank you too. I always like to, when somebody sends something, I always like to tell you all thanks, because I do. I very much appreciate it. They make, some of these crazy days or whatever's going on in a day, people will send stuff. It'll make the day better. Thank you. Travis, thanks for 2. This just proves that they're true stalkers. Indeed. Again, I'm gonna leave this up on the screen just so you can see what they decided to put out there. But yes, indeed. American Woman, thanks for the 5. I believe the picture came from Tina and her drunken husband from where the freaking memorial is at. I don't know. I mean, that whole fence there, I think that might be the the giant fence where they're trying to claim that he's looking over there. And again, thank you for noting. I'm sure we will find out specifically, but yeah, I think that's right on the fence because of the fence row right there on the side, though. But again, and thank you for noting, because sometimes there's so much to keep up with. There's so much just lunacy. I think his truck and trailer are passing on cam, so Tina and Brian are filming. Why not? Well, that's interesting, considering her PR team decided that it would be smart. I think it was interesting for them to talk about security cams and more, especially since they have for sure posted from that property. If it is Tina and Brian, that's going to be a little problem too. Because like I said, he has every right to drive down the road and film people. And they're talking about, again, him trying to film again, their wording that he's trying to film he's not only filming, according to them, Michelle, John, and Harley, he's filming Tina and Brian, blah, 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 blah. So again, such a nut. I like this statement there. I mean, you may be very well right on the following there too. We'll see. I'll clarify just to make sure. Sitting Chief, I did like this. That was funny. Jeremy's wrong. The clink is a term for jail. The clanker is a slur for droids, or the reference to the rattling sound inside of Lisa's head. Indeed. Jada, thank you for the gifted membership there. Thank you, Jada, and appreciate you as always, too. Thank you, Jada. I always, like I said, I love this style of Muppet especially because it's just certain bit just happy life. Oh, it conveys a nice sense. I like that. Andrea dropped 5 giftos, 5 gifted memberships. I love that. Thank you very much, especially during this holiday season. Thank you. Pickled Tink, thanks to the 5. Well, I wonder if LCSO will follow through with PO saying that MP and JC cannot have any pew-pews. With the LCSO, remove them themselves. I don't personally. I think that it's telling when a prosecutor is saying you should sue those people over there because they're terrible and they won't do their job. So I think that's all the will they do anything? I don't know. Death Angel, thanks for the day. Switch to my business account and subscribe there. Switch to your business? I'm not sure. What does that mean? I'm not sure. I need to. I'm curious with that. Clarify that for me. Oh, is that about Shizzy? Yeah, I was on my. Like I said, I have 3 accounts, which they're all named with that umbrella guy. They're not hidden accounts or anything. I don't use hidden. I don't need a stock puppet account. I'm pretty much proud of whatever I do. But yeah, I have 3 different YouTube accounts. I had the Tiny That Umbrella Guy. I have one that was connected to this that I was doing some comic stuff on. But right now I'm just do this one, So I forget sometimes to switch back. And I can't drop in a link and pin it. That was my problem. Natalie, thanks for the 10. The ecosystem is the epitome of dumber than a box of rocks. Yes, it's a huge box of rocks. That's right. Huge box of dumb, too. For sure. Death's Angel, by the way. Thank you. Congratulations to Shizzy. Awesome chat. Yes, indeed. Like I said, I appreciate Shizzy. Shizzy has been a good conversation. Somebody to just goof off with, too, He noted that he had no idea either, so it came as a pleasant surprise. So that's good. I like it. Bug Naked, thanks to the 5 there. They reported it today because they heard Japan did something famous on December the 7th, and they're hoping for fame too. I think they'll succeed. They too wish to live in infamy. That's hilarious. Oh my God. They were like, just like Japan. Max Lab, thanks to you. Shizzy had no idea. Tell her you're alive. Yeah, indeed. I'm glad, like I said. Shizzy, appreciate him, So, one second. Man, I lost my voice for a second there. But thank you, Max Lab. Double Karma, thanks for 5. Sorry. What chicken butt? And Rhea Ryan Norman, that's chicken butt. Need to remember, I didn't know Tug had seen that Jeremy Hale short. Yeah. I did see it, but the reason I know it was there is because people told me. So always tell me, even if I have, and I'm like, yeah, I knew that. That is not saying don't tell me, because when people mail me and tell me stuff, I can't keep up with. There's so many things. That's how I know. Like when Miltoast posts something new, I don't know that's there. I watch his channel. I don't give a shit about his channel, But it's part of this. So I like to be completionist. I log everything I can, So there with that. Then you have, when the Fats, they put this up. Yeah, somebody told me right away when the Fats did that. Oh, again, thank you all. Garcia, Rob, Thanks for the $10 super chat, super sticker right there. Thank you. Especially, I love that the little one got to see super stickers too. That was awesome. Fallen Hero, thank you for that super sticker. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Rachel again, thank you for that love there too. I know she read some of these, but still. Also, Rosalind brought up a good thing. And then thanks for the 5 times up. Will we get an or else for lips tonight? Yeah, she put well, we won't get it on YouTube because I get the feeling that she's banned on YouTube. I get the feeling that she got hit with at least a 7-day ban. That's just my guess because she lost that video. When a video is taken down like that, and I know it's taken down because the notation with it, but when something's taken down, like, you won't be able to. But we'll get it on another platform, maybe. I don't know. It'll be real fun to see, though, won't it, Rosalind? Thank you again. Here's your daddy. Appreciate that. That's great. Also, Joan, thank you for that super sticker again. Appreciate it. Steph, thank you for the love there too. But again, I've hit these before. If I feel like I'm flying through them, that's because I just, like I said, I don't skip them when they come up. I still say thank you. Shell, thank you again. Appreciate that. Rick Friend, also thank you. Much appreciated. Jen, thank you for that super sticker too. Rhea Rye, thank you for that. Yeah, Bug and Lug co-host. Dwayne, I'm glad you reminded me about the gang thing because I did want to hear the little one thinks that's funny too. She likes that. She's like, yeah, she did the little, like, when you point at somebody, you do like the little pistol emotion. She doesn't mean a pistol, but you know what I mean? When they point their finger and they're like, yeah, she did that. She was like, gang. That was funny. Joan, thanks for the 20 there too. Also, thank you. Appreciate it much. Christine, thank you for that super sticker too. Like I said, the little one loves super stickers, so thank you. Carol, thank you for the for that as well. Just Jay, yep. Thank you for the stolen airtime. That's much appreciated. Who's your daddy again? Thank you as well. Shell, thank you. Appreciate it. I think I hear somebody coming too. Dwayne, thank you. Appreciate it as well. Thank you again. Also, Photo Lady, I thought that was cute to know. Thank you there. Yeety also, the what? I thought that was cute and funny. DeFloofy, thank you too. I thought that was great. Yeety, did I get my message? I'm not sure. I'll have to check again. I'm terrible at checking those some days. What's up, girl? What you doing?
Nothing much. I'm just checking up on you because the door suddenly opened and I thought somebody was exiting, but no.
Yeah, it may have been where the little one where she pushed it a little bit close and it didn't latch all the way.
Yeah, I was confused because I was like, is somebody there?
Yeah, I told them about our ghost mantises, by the way.
Yeah. Guess what, guys? I'm getting Baxter Stockman merch. Yay.
Yeah, it's true. We ordered, it was part of your Christmas stuff, but yes, we ordered your Super 7 Ultimate Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
Yep, now you have your pretty fly for a fly guy, I guess.
That reminds me of the song Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Yeah, that's what I was going with. Hey, by the way, Laura B sent you some love there. She's been a member for 3 years, by the way. That's amazing. 3 years. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
I would not have that much dedication to anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, you will. Over time, when you get a little older, you'll be like, man, if I like something, I'll stick with it. And you know what? If you decide to do stuff like this, people stick with you too. Just be true about it, enjoy it, be yourself. People will.
Yeah, it's just like I don't have a lot of like things I'm interested in or like hobbies I like that last for over like a year.
Let's be honest
like
though. How old are you?
12.
Yeah, so there's a difference when like you're 12 and 3 years is what 25% of your life. So that's a lot of years, right?
The only hobby that I really only had that stuck was actually just art.
Was it art? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one thing that I have a complete dedication to. Why? Because it's so fun. I can make my characters do whatever I want them to.
Right.
Like, they can't ask me for anything. They don't have any physical needs.
Yeah, writing's fun too.
Yeah. Like, I can give my characters immense, like, mental trauma. I won't, though, because just nah.
Just nah.
Yeah, I'm going to make them happy and silly.
Hey, the Floofy Cat sent you 2 there. Said the overlords send craft monies for you.
Yay.
Yeah. Tell them thank you. And also,
thank you.
Suzanne's in a gifted membership, which it's essentially a gifted membership is like sending $5, but it send something to someone else that's out there. So a random person, say right here, this person, they get, when I say random, I don't get to choose who they are, that just randomly selects one. And it's like, hey, you're part of this. So that's awesome too. Well, thank her.
Thank you.
Yeah. And hey, Dwayne, he sent you 5. He said, can we get you to say, what's up, gang gang?
Why would I say that?
We've been joking about it on the channel with people saying gang gang. We want to hear say, what's up, gang gang?
What's up, gang gang?
Audio is funny saying it too. She came out, she did a little left out pistol. She was like, what's up, gang gang? Hey, Kitty Pants is a member. You want to say thank you for that?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs, by the way. Appreciate that. Man. Yeah, it's been a crazy roller coaster lately on all this stuff. Gang. Yeah, actually, also, you want to bust out a what the what?
What the what?
They get said, I asked the little one. I was like, hey, what did we say here? What the? I was like, what comes after what the? And she said, what the? And dropped the F-bomb. I was like, no. Because I mean, she's, I say that a lot, what the what? And she's picked that up, she'll go, what the what?
Yeah. She's also picked up the word awesome sauce from me.
Oh, no.
She's gonna start saying awesome sauce.
Oh no. Oh no.
You already had an issue with the bigger one saying it.
Oh no. These kids and their slang.
Hey, that's been around.
Oh my gosh. First it's some gang gang and then some awesome sauce.
You want me to say some actual new slang? You want me to say some actual one to confuse you? Because I don't want to.
Not really. Not really. Because I might fly into a blind rage. Be like, my microphone arm ripped off. Like, no, Dad, not the slang. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not new. It's not new.
Yeah, awesome sauce really isn't a new slang, to be honest.
I just picked it up because it sounds cool.
No, I mean, you like whatever,
Do y'all just have words that feel good rolling off your tongue?
Yeah.
Like the word aphid.
What was it, Donnie Darko? They were like, what are the most the best words out there combined? It's cellar door. That's what Donnie Darko did. Did you watch Donnie Darko? I can't remember. No? Oh man, you need to watch it. Oh yeah. Hey, can you say here's the Floofy Cat sent you 2 more. By the way, it asks, can you say what the floof?
What the floof?
There you go. What the floof?
I just say what the fly, like the animal.
Yeah, what the fly. Yeah, actually that's a good way to not get in trouble. For sure.
I mean, it does start.
Hey, I did. By the way, I did post some images of our ghost mask. Well, the one I don't have access to the other one because it's hidden in your room. But we do need to water them in a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to.
Yeah, we got to do that, and we got to see if they want to eat. We gotta check them. Bam, but look, check it out. Hey, got tiny, like size wise.
Yeah, they're really small.
Yeah, they're babies. They're still little babies. You know, they're cute though. Yeah, it's a cutie. Blend in when they're setting in their little containers. They look like it looks like a little dried leaf like piece, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a leaf.
Yeah, when you first see them, you can't tell where like right when you look at them in the thing, the little bitty, like this is the littlest one. You can't tell like at first where the head is and where the little arms are or anything. You can't make them out. Yeah. But anyway, all right. Hey,
yeah, that's why they're called a ghost mantis. The reason they're called a ghost mantis is not because like they're supposed to resemble actual ghosts, but it's because they need to resemble a dead leaf. That's why they're called a ghost mantis, because they resemble dead leaves, so they are called ghosts.
What is the song called? Raptorial legs? Is that what that is?
Probably.
Isn't that what's called a raptorial leg?
Yeah, it basically uses them as arms.
Yeah, grabbers. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called raptorial legs. Let's look. Let's see.
I have a lot of knowledge on bugs, mostly
yes,
just pest bugs, though.
Yeah, well, I like them. I think they're cute. But anyway, hey.
Yeah, I like most bugs that are considered pests, like flies, roaches, and all that.
Yeah, you'll have to take some pictures of your little hissing boys. Some people are like, "What the floof?"
Yeah, with the fly.
Yeah, exactly. No wonder. No wonder. All right. Oh, somebody also, Mama Cat, and thank you, Mama Cat, said that they sent a picture of handcrafted item there for you. I want to see that. I actually want to see that. Thank you.
Can I tell them about the new games I'm playing?
How about we do a yeah, we got a couple of minutes. And then,
okay, so I'm playing Hotline Miami and Postal.
Oh my God, Hotline Miami. Those games were so offensive back in the day, by the way. You realize, like Postal especially, you realize it was banned for a while.
Banned for what?
Because it's violent as heck, but
I played Violenter.
Yeah, well, not really. It's an old game now, like the standard of it. Now it's not that much. But anyway, hey, what do you got?
Little games, two game star Squid Game.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can try that out. All right. Hey, you'll go upstairs for a minute though. I gotta finish this, okay?
But there's two, like there's a Minecraft one and a normal one.
Okay. You can try that one too. Here, you push it. I can't get it. Did I get it? Or did I miss it?
You missed it, but I got it for you.
Go. All right, take it upstairs. Love you. Be careful. Hey, don't play on that device while you're walking. Get to the
Squid Game.
All right. You can try that one too. That's it though. All right. Hey, don't walk on the steps while not paying attention. That's dangerous. Fall down the steps. That won't be fun. Yeah, we pulled up. I pulled up a Hotline Miami. I was having her help with some of the stage craft on it. Actually, I'm just showing her some of it because some of it's such a pain in the butt, So we were going through the cut scenes and all that. The same thing with pose. So it depends on what you do in it. Some of that stuff is way not appropriate, but let her play some of the basic stuff we did on it. Whew. Some of those games, man, are crazy. They used to be, man, it shows you how wild games have gotten to. Or like I played, those used to be like the epitome of, oh my God, bannable. Which some stuff I'm like, yeah, you can't. You're getting older, but you're not there yet. Some of that you can't see. But let's see. Hey, thank you, by the way, Animal Heroes. Thank you. Thank you for having such a great YouTube family. Well, appreciate that. You know what? All you people are amazing. So I'm fortunate in my life. My family out here, they're great. You folks, I consider, man, like I said, you all make this thing. I get to do it as work and it's hobby and it's fun. You guys are around. Again, I don't know what people call theirs, but it's like extended family. So I appreciate that. Bonnie asked, thanks for the 5 too. Just wondering, did Megan respond at 5 p.m.? She turned into a pumpkin to the FBI show. Red Lips, what now? more threat. Well, what's crazy is she threatened to do, that she would what? I mean, it has an or else connotation. Do this by this day or else, right? But she did the or else already. She accused her of terrible things and family. Again, it disturbs me that is the go-to with family. To again, they didn't walk your line. You threaten them, and there's some threat. There's you ever in a situation, something like some crazy stuff. So this is the situation some of these people put me in. I know things with some of these people that they would be like dropping an atom bomb on them. But the problem is I care about the other people it hurts. So I don't. And unfortunately, that's the thing that protects some of these people in the ecosystem. There are people that would be hurt by the revelations that you find out about them. But some of these people are very bad people. That's why at the end of the day, when we talk about some of them, I say that some of them are dangerous. Because you've seen, first of all, what some of them have gone to jail for and more, But there are many other things too. Not rumor, not conjecture or speculation, just things. Again, I'm being vague in that. But the problem is that some of those things, again, ultimately a person that has been victimized by someone like this, you have to respect them. And you have to walk a really delicate line. And sometimes it's a shame, not because of those people, but because it doesn't really give you the scope of some of these folks. If you really knew them, you already know some of it, you're like, but if you really knew them. William, thanks for the Hensley, also said, everything Lips said about Meghan was 100% true and factual. That's right. That is right. So apparently she decided to hitch her wagon to defamate. Yes, indeed. That is 100%, but that's what they do. You remember, though, how the Fats over there, they came out here with Hales, for example. Remember the school thing? They said that Jeremy Hales contacted the school, spent hundreds of messages out there that he shut down the entire district, thousands of children. They couldn't get their education. Oh man, it was raining dogs and cats. Oh my God, frogs and flies living together. What's going on? But no, they made some pretty crazy claims, and then they started walking them back. They started walking them back being like, well, there was a call. Maybe it was a person that claimed they were Hales. And there were a couple of emails that got through. By the way, there was a police report. And it's like, wait a minute. But that's the way they are. Again, PR, that's it changes in the middle of it, and it's wild to watch sometimes. It's like a weird contact sport, but at the same time, it's strange too. Andrea, thanks for the 42 months. Have you received the package I sent with items for the turtle purgatory? Which ones were in it? Can you write me and tell me which ones were in it? Because again, not to be like odd about that. I'm just like, I get packages like that. I can't remember which one's which. What's that?
It's the little cat that I was going to give Gigi.
Oh, yeah. Well, what we need to do is set it aside. So we also need to clean its face off. You got chocolate on its mouth. Were you trying to feed it?
No.
You were trying to feed that stuffed animal. That's funny.
Maybe when I was a kid, because I saw this was like it one time.
When you were a kid, you said?
Yeah.
What are you now?
A 6 years old.
I see, because you're not a kid anymore?
When you...
You mean when you were really little back then?
Yeah.
So are you really big now?
Yeah.
What's the difference in being really big versus really little?
When you're really little, everything is big. But when you're really big, everything is little.
Really? Are you a giant now?
Not too young. I'm just 6 years old, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
I'm going to be a giant someday.
You're gonna be a giant someday. You're gonna be tall like Dad. Is that what you're trying to say? You want to be tall like Dad?
Yeah.
You've said that a million times. I'm gonna be tall like Dad.
Look at this.
All right, let's mark
Look.
the upcoming live stream. I'm keeping an eye on the time, by the way. So
Look.
we have about 15 minutes. Yes, what do you got?
It's like a model game.
Now, why don't you try out the other ones first?
I tried out them.
Were
I
they
tried
not
out
good?
two.
Were they not good?
They were good because I like Squid Games actually.
Well, you can try out a couple of games. Like again, they're all kind of the same game. But
some games are the same game. Some games are not the same game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're fun though.
This is the last one for today. Okay.
For real?
Like I said, yes, for real. For real. Okay. Put that cat where we can find it though, okay? We gotta remind me to wipe its face off where you fed it when you were a little kid, not a big kid like you are now.
Yeah. I'll keep it in my room, you know why? Because he's always gonna be by my side.
Okay.
Because it got under my bed one time on the crack.
Mm-hmm.
But I did fall under because he's so big that he couldn't fit in the crack.
Well, here, take it upstairs though, and set it by the shoe coffin so we don't lose it. Okay.
Shoe coffin?
Yes, put it by the shoe coffin. Yeah, we have a big shoe holder, right? It's like right when you walk in the door. It's like right in front of you, and the kids call it the shoe coffin because of the way the lid opens and shut. I was like, not the shoe holder, you know, the shoe coffin. And I was like, okay. So that's what they always call it, the shoe coffin. So they crack me up. Oh, they're funny. Chubby. Let's see. If police did their job, none of this would have escalated to the third party. That's true. Actually, it's up to the police. The police have to do something about it, but they know. Yeah, I like that name, honestly. The shoe coffin is really funny. The kids are funny. They're, like I said, they're very good kids. You heard them. Like they saw something that, like the oldest saw the door. She thought it looked weird on the door, and she came to check on me. The little one checks on me, you know, because the health thing scared them back when. So they do checks on Dad, which is nice. But they're good kids. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Not see anything. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over. It has been a wild weekend. Tomorrow will be very interesting because we will be talking to Megalodonus. That will be a lot of fun when it comes up. But it'll be real interesting there. What in the world? Man, I got sent some weird stuff. All right. I'm going to end here. I appreciate you folks. And like I said, I'm sending you over to Hale's. Make sure you catch it live stream. It'll be good. And tonight I'll set off whatever fireworks happen. Oh, it'll be crazy. Later.